I'm heading off on an adventure. I've bought another car. Anybody that knows me knows I like buying cars. I've bought a Subaru wagon this time. This time I'm going to fix it up and flog it off. Well, that's the plan. I am currently towing a car trailer behind me, which you can't see out the back window, but it's there. And I'm driving to Dandenong from Sale. And I've just picked up the car trailer from Sale, and I'm driving to Dandenong to pick up this 1982 orange Subaru L wagon 4-wheel drive. It has a flat tyre, I know that much. I've seen that in the pictures, because I haven't seen the thing in person. They tell me it runs. I don't know, but I wasn't going to try and drive it back. That's why I hired the trailer. So I'm going to drag it back, take it to the mechanics in Sale, and get Adam to have a look over it and see how it runs from there. I reckon, you know, another wheel and tyre, maybe a fuel pump, I don't know. Wash, polish, detail. It's got low Ks on it. It's under 100,000 Ks, which is surprising. And all the trim's in one piece. And the pedal rubbers aren't worn out, so it looks like it actually is fair dinkum on the Ks. So another adventure begins. $155 Ks to Melbourne, that says. Just came through Traralgon. I'm in 110 zone, but I think I'll just stick to Hungy. Listening to Mark McCormack and his Words in My Head CD. Hey Mark. I wonder what they're doing. Okay, just a dude off-bush bike. You are now, goodbye, you are now leaving Latrobe Valley. Well, that's kind of exciting. 131 kilometres to Melbourne. Dandenong is before Melbourne. Cold Chisel is on the CD player now. Well folks, here's Trafalgar. There's a Holden Museum in Trafalgar. If you're ever in Trafalgar, I highly recommend, if you like Holdens, to have a look at the Holden Museum. The Holden Museum in Trafalgar. Plug, plug, plug. But it is worth having a look. And I need to slow down because I'm still doing 100 coming in 60k zone. Trafalgar. Nice little town. Alrighty. Jimmy Barnes. And this is the last set of traffic lights between here and Dandenong. Something else in Trafalgar is a thing called the Spud Shed. They've got some interesting things out the front. Just thought you might like to have a look as we're going past. Anyway, back to concentrating on driving. Trafalgar. And, well, it seems what I said about the traffic lights at Trafalgar was a little bit wrong. Because I'm just about to stop at another set of traffic lights in Yarragon. Duh, I forgot they were there. Anyway, not a big drama. In Yarragon, there's a train. There's a train line that goes through Yarragon, but in Yarragon itself, there's an old steam train. I'm just going to do a little bit of a detour here into Yarragon Village and stop and show you the steam train. It's K183. It's over there. The boiler from K183 is actually on a train in a museum. It's a running museum on the Mornington Peninsula, which is a pretty cool thing. Oop. Taylor wants to go up the gutter there. That's all right. Okay, here we are in Yarragon. Another feature of Yarragon is the Yarragon public toilets. Just so you don't miss it, it's got a big sign on the wall. As you can see, the car trailer over there. I'm driving the TH Sports today, the dual fuel TH Sports, because it's a little bit cheaper to run on gas than it is to run on petrol going the distance. Well, really it's a false economy. I paid 80 something cents a litre for LPG. Anyway, there's that, doing what it's doing in the sun. Not a bad looking vehicle really. And that trailer will have a Subaru wagon on it on the way back. Anyway, this little picnic area here, tables and a barbecue. It'd be alright if you're family oriented and wanted to cook some meat. So, walking up to K183. I'll bop you back on in a sec. I'll flip you over, as my cousin in New Zealand says, G-stars. And here we are. Hello everybody. Here's me walking down the street. Not that you really wanted to see that, but here I am. Isn't that exciting? Woohoo! So, alright. Oh, okay then. So here's K183. Not something you see a lot these days in the middle of towns. Steam trains. The Yarragon Train Restoration Project. In 2005, local Yarragon motel owner Mr. Ian Ramsey became concerned about the state of the display locomotive in Yarragon and decided to try and raise money needed to have the train painted and protected. After approaching the Baw Baw Shire Council in 2006 and attempts to raise funds through various sponsorships, the council sought state government funding through the Small Towns program under Regional Development Victoria. In 2008, the application was successful with contributing funds provided by Baw Baw Shire Council. The project has involved building a protective roof over the train, sandblasting and repainting of the train, provision of historical information on the locomotive, provision of tourism information. A local Yarragon company, the shed company Gippsland, successfully quoted for the construction of the main roof and information shelter. The local contractor, Daryl Swain, conducted the cleaning and repainting of the train. The train you see before you today is the end result of one man's vision and passion and the hard work of many. In 2008, K162, numbered 183, is 67 years old and stands out as a proud reminder of the golden age of steam locomotives. It has become a landmark for people travelling along the highway past Yarragon. The Yarragon Primary School has also adopted the train as its logo. The K-Class locomotives. The K-Class was a branch of line steam locomotive that ran on Victorian railways from 1922 to 1979. Although its design was entirely conventional and its specifications unremarkable, the K-Class was in practice a remarkably versatile and dependable locomotive. It went on to outlast every other class of steam locomotive in regular service on the Victorian railways, and no fewer than 21 examples of the 53 originally built have survived into preservation. K165 is preserved at the Australian Railway Historical Museum in North Williamstown. In addition, a number of K-Class locomotives are preserved on public display in various locations. K162 in Yarragon, formerly numbered 183, when swapped, however, the tender belongs to K183. K167 in Witcherproof, K169 Coal Creek Heritage Village at Corumburra, K177 in Hamilton, Victoria. The boiler is ex-K174. The tender is K159, swapped for K159 by the Mornington Railway Preservation Society circa 1999. K175 is in Mildura, Victoria. K181 is in Numurkah, Victoria. K192 is at the State Coal Mine, Wonthaggi, Victoria. Previously retro number K170 due to local ties with that locomotive, now reverted to properly identified as K192. K-Class locomotives in operation. Only four K-Class locomotives are currently in operation. K153, K190 are operated by Steamrail Victoria, hauling special excursion trains to various destinations on the Victorian Broad Gauge Railway network. K160 is in regular service on the preserved Victorian Goldfields Railway, hauling passenger services between Castlemaine and Malden in central Victoria. And K163 is in regular service on the preserved Mornington Railway, hauling passengers services between Miraduc and Mornington. Yep. So there you go. Bit of history on the way through Yarragon. You are here. Alrighty. Okay. Might wave to Brett and Victoria Morris as I pass by Warrigal. Warrigal! Oh look, it's the famous Warrigal Bunnings. Dun, 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 dun. where I will not be going and buying a sausage. Well, not today. Anyway. Yeah, Warragul. Warragul, Corumburra, and Lardner Park exit, 1 kilometre. Not today, folks. Might be able to see through the trees over there is the Warragul Hospital, West Gippsland Health Group, with its chimney behind it. Nar Goon. Not going to Nar Goon today. I need to stay in my own lane. Nar Goon. Hello. Yeah, Nar Goon. So we're about 40 k's from Dandenong now, as the crow flies. The crow's flying the wrong way. We're not though. It's okay. We're getting there. Dun, 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 dun. Hold on, but never, never, never let her down, 'cause she's alone. She's crying like a refugee, looking like a choir girl. She's crying like a refugee, looking like a choir girl. She's crying like a refugee, yeah, yes she is. So, we get off here at the South Gippy Highway, go to Dandy, hook a U-turn at a set of lights, go down a side road, and voila, we shall be at the Grays Online Auction Yard to pick up one Subaru station wagon. M420, and away we go. Okay, so this is where I hook a Yui and go over there to go left. So this should be interesting. I am at a set of lights with a trailer. So, all right. So, it turned out that the road was closed off. After I'd done the Yui, I found out. Never mind. I'll find an alternative direction. So, yeah. Okay, we'll get there. Righto, so I've found my alternative direction to Abbots Road. Abbots Road! It's an interesting looking thing there. Yeah. The garbage truck is not on the back of the other truck. It's It's not a garbage truck either. Right. So, into the M2 Industrial Park. In Dandenong. Follow them trucks, baby. Follow them trucks. There's a big Amazon depot over here. Amazon. Not picking anything up from Amazon today. If they'd be making a lot of deliveries in lockdown, so people are sitting at home getting stuff delivered left, right and centre, and people are getting a lot of dodgy messages on text messages saying that they need to click on something about a package. People are getting suckered by that too, unfortunately. Anyway, coming around to Grays Online, as you can see by the big sign up on the fence up there that says Grays Online. Well, it was easier to see when there was less trees and it wasn't faded. If you knew all of the things. Okay, here we are at Grays. National Drive, Dandenong. Breathe on. The gate's shut though, so I don't know what's going on here. Here's the thing I've already paid for and was going to pick up, but I noticed that this and that and this and that and that and that. And the fact that the fuel pump is not connected to the tank, it's running off this thing. This thing would make a great paddock basher. It's not something I want to continue to play with, so I'm going to put it back through the auction. But you know, I had an adventure coming here. Rightio. Now I go home with an empty trailer. So, that was a scarily big piece of rubbish. So I put it back through the auction and it'll probably take like a month and a half before I get any money back from it. I paid $600 for it. I think I'm likely to lose money on it, but you know, never mind. I think it's better than dragging it home and, you know, because buying things sight unseen can be a real issue. I wouldn't even have been able to sell that for scrap value. Never mind. Wow. I wasn't actually saying anything then, I was just doing that. Alright, so here we are At Maui McDonald's. I'm going to flip you over jiu-jitsu styles like my cousin in New Zealand says. Ta-da! One empty trailer. Waste of time and money that was. But anyway, it's been a nice day out anyway. And this thing's been pretty cool to drive. And I have a coffee and a chicken wrap. Ooh. All good to go. Waha. See ya.